Alrighty guys, as you can bring us another Dragon Ball Legends TOP walkthrough video. This is going to be the final part for Season 31. If you guys missed out on Part 1, I will definitely leave it in the description down below. Let's go and take a look at where we left off right here, right? Everyone's still doing pretty decent, I would say, especially Bootanks. I don't think I've ever had Bootanks at the second half of the board where he's just at 100% HP right here. Omega Shenron's looking a little bit low at 68%, and notably, this 21 is only at 80%. Well, honestly, this is still pretty solid right here. Right, so let's go ahead and just resume our path. Alright, first fight is going to be to the left of us, this 5-fist stage right here, which is going to consist of sagas from the movies. It won't be too difficult, but it can be a little bit annoying. There's a lot of like cover change gimmicks here. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and run it like this, have all the colors on the board and double blues because there is 2 red units against us. We're also going to see Janemba and the special move tile because he does have 100% to his gauge. Alright, so obviously this Gohan has to die first, right, because he's going to soak up all the damage on turn 1. And then I kind of want to do work on this, the purple right here, right, because Piccolo's going to attack at the end of turn 1 but at the start of turn 2 because he does have the transformation and everything like that. Then let's try to get a red unit out of the way and then this Broly, right, and then we'll go for another red unit and get the death buff Goku at the very end. Alright, so unfortunately we did have to rely on the rush right there, but we still did get the full kill. Everyone still had a good amount of HP right here. The way I timed it too, I think the best part of that attack order was because we attacked Broly in the 4th position. We were able to actually line up Legends Limited Piccolo's super attack onto the Broly, really just kind of getting past that barrier that he does, right? The reason why this fight can be annoying is just because that Gohan does soak up all the damage turn 1, right? This Goku has the instant transmission effect, and then this Broly has the green card, which can be used on both blast attacks and strike attacks. But next, we do have our 15th win streak bonus. This is the big boy fight right here. We have to go for the most difficult stage possible. It is going to be against Rival Universe. It's not going to be that bad at all. This is a fight that we also see very commonly. Alright, so this is the formation we're going to be using right here. It, literally the exact same thing, just rotated to the other side right here. That way Bootanks can go ahead and take advantage of the special move tile so you can do some extra damage, right? And then speaking of special moves as well, oops, didn't mean to swap him out right there, but speaking of special moves, is Janemba, he was able to almost entirely get his gauge back from the prior fight, right? He just used his super attack in that prior fight too, so a little bit of luck on our side right there. Alright, so for attack order, most notably on this team right here, Champa can inflict you with can attack for 1 turn. At the start of the 2nd turn, he essentially uses his green card right there. So if you want to focus him down first, that's definitely an option, a viable option, right? But since my Bootanks is going to be attacking relatively early on with the super attack, I want to take a red unit out of the way. I want to take Bergadmo out of the way because he does also activate the green card where he can, it's essentially like the bubble shield, like the green card from Broly, right? Where he can nullify a lot of attacks. He can nullify blast attacks, strike attacks, and then some, even blue cards to an extent, right? But I know he's not going to be able to nullify my Bootanks' blue card just because of the fact that Bootanks will not be attacking first in this specific lineup, right? So we'll get him out of the way, then we'll get a purple out of the way, and then I'll go for red, the green, then Champa, and then Basil at the very end. Well, like I said before, pretty straightforward fight. Again, there's always that option of going for Champa first there instead of the Bergadmo, right? We're still coming out of this pretty much unscathed, 2.9 million points off of that, and we did get the full kill. All right, next we got this 4-fifth stage to the right of us right here. It is Sun Family. Right, it is Sun Family, and it does not look to, there's no key restored speed tiles, so this is going to be a little bit annoying. Alright, this is the formation we're going to be using right here. You do see me swap Janemba over to the bench because there's 2 yellow opponents, right? And I'm actually going to be giving this red 21 the blue card tile, right? It doesn't really matter too much, right? She might get it, she might not get it. I'm pretty sure she is going to go ahead and get it, but it's okay. That blue card's going to hurt regardless. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Alright, so our attack order is going to be as follows. Gohan first, then Goten, Kaioken Goku, and then we might be able to super attack this purple Gohan with our Legends Limited Piccolo, and then we'll move on to Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, and then the healer Goku at the very end like we usually do. Alright, that was surprisingly very easy, right? I mean, it does help that it was only a 4-fifth stage and stuff like that, but we also had a bunch of super attacks coming out from our side. Right, you can see a lot of our super attacks have been depleted, obviously with the guaranteed super attacks of Bootanks and the Legends Limited Piccolo. Blue 21 super attacked, red 21 super attacked. I'm pretty sure everyone super attacked here because Boo super attacked and the first form cell super attacked. Everyone, that's why it was easy. That's why it was easy right here. But we did avoid all super attacks from the enemy team, right? Well, it should have been expected to how many we threw at them. Alright, next we do have this 5-fist stage right here. It's going to be an easy one. Let's go, dude. It's definitely going to be an easy one right here. There's some EXs. Everything is nice and well. Alright, this is the formation we're going to be using right here. You see me put both of my greens on the bench, right? Because we don't necessarily need a green right here. And I don't think any of these guys necessarily need the health from Fat Boo either. Maybe Omega Shenron does. He's only at 68% HP, where this is a risk that we're going to go ahead and take. You do see me put boot tanks right here to get the upgraded special move, so you can do a little bit more damage with that. But the main goal here is I want to use those reds to burst down a yellow right off rip. Let's see if it works out for us. Alright, so for attack order, I do want to try to get one of those yellows out of the way real quick, right? Because my 2 yellows are going to be attacking first alongside the blue 21. I think that should be enough firepower, right? And then we'll go for the Kid Goku. Hopefully boot tanks can super attack him, one-shot him there. And then we'll go for this Krillin, right? Because at the end of my attack order, LF Piccolo should be attacking. And then at the beginning of turn 2, he should be attacking first. So we'll get double yellows attacking him. And then we'll get Rosie, right? We'll get Rosie. And then we'll get Kakunza. And then Super 17 at the very end. Like I said before, very, very easy fight right there. Maybe it could be optimized just a bit more, right? Because when we got the super attack off on Kakunza, right, on turn 3, she was literally 1 card away from death. So maybe we should have organized it a little bit better where we attack Super 17 instead of her first and let her be the last unit we attack. I'm not too sure. Either way, we'll go ahead and take that. Very easy fight overall. All right, next we have this 5-fist stage, and it's against LOE. It is against LOE. So this, I said it in the guide video previously, is that if you guys want to skip this fight because it looks incredibly annoying, I don't even think we're going to get the full kill on this. If you guys want to skip this, I don't think that's the worst decision in the world. The only thing that if you do skip this, you have to go to either this 3-star stage or this 3-fist stage, which is Sun Family, right? So this one's probably going to be a little bit easier. But just for the sake of the run, for the sake of the points, I personally am going to go for this LOE stage right here, and it's going to be absolutely awful. Alright, so this is the attack order that we're going to be using right here. The only thing that really scares me is if I should swap everyone over to Strike Base, because that full power Frieza, the Zenkai one, right, the typically Zenkai one, is going to get a guaranteed blue card upon me landing a blast card. The only thing that we can really work around right here is that his key restore speed is ridiculously low, so he's definitely going to be the last one to attack on turn 1 right here. But if we do swap everyone over to Strike, we're going to be losing so much damage, right? Because this 21 is Blast Base, Cell is Blast Base, my Boo is Blast Base, my Piccolo is Blast Base. So I think we're just going to go ahead and take the hit because this is a 5-fist stage. We need as much damage as we possibly can. My only strike base units are the Fat Boo, Omega Shenron, and Janemba, so I'm going to go ahead and just leave it like this. But since we are going to be using blasts on this full power Frieza, I think we have to kill him first. I think we have to put literally our entire firepower into this man's at the very first turn, and then we'll go for chilled. Let's go ahead and get a red unit out of the way with this DBS Frieza right here. We'll go for this Frieza. And then we'll get Metal Cooler and Revival Frieza at the end. This is going to be absolutely awful too, just because of the fact that both that red Frieza and the purple Frieza are going to be inflicting us with can't attack on turn 1. Right, so 2 units out of our attack order are going to get screwed right here. This is why I'm saying, before we hop into this, if you guys want to skip this fight, go ahead and skip this fight. I do expect to take a good amount of damage here, unfortunately. Yeah, so like I said, I truly believe that this was the most difficult fight on the board for us, right? We got 1.6 million off of this. We did take a decent bit of damage. We took a lot less than I expected. I was definitely expecting to be a lot more lower in HP than this, but we did not get the full kill. We could not get the Frieza fully dead right here. He just revived. We literally couldn't even get his first life out of the way, right? So we had to use the rush on the first life right there, leaving him as the last man standing. And even with all my units attacking this Frieza at the very beginning, he still super attacked me. You know why? Because these stupid units these two stupid units inflicted Boo tanks with can attack, right? So that's who I was banking on to actually make the dream work right there, right? I needed Boo tanks to attack him, to super attack him. Maybe you guys will get more lucky than I did and your Boo tanks will not get stunned right there, but my Boo tanks got stun locked, and so it kind of ruined everything for this specific fight. But next fight we are taking on is another 5-fist stage. It looks somewhat easier, right? We do have some really concerning units here with the Bojacks, but this is a lot more feasible than the LOE fight. All right, this is the formation we're going to be using right here, kind of color countering, just as simple as that, right? And another mistake that I've been making that I haven't even really realized is that sometimes I'll put red 21 up here, when typically I should just have her right here at all times, right? Because if you click on her, she actually does have a buff for the top left and top right diagonals right here, right? So she is buffing perfect cell, or the first form cell right there. You can see it in this ability right here. So I do want to go ahead and take advantage of that. So I'm going to start putting her more so in that middle slot. All right, so first unit that has to go right here is Bojack. He will get a super attack at the start of turn 2. And then purple Bojack, he will get his super attack at this, well, he'll gain it at the start of turn 2, but his key restore speed is really low. So it gives us a little bit of leeway right there, right? And then we'll target the Great Saiyan 1 and 2. Then we'll do this purple Vegeta right here, who can be quite tanky. And then we'll get the Broly Chi-Light and then the healer Goku once again at the very end. Alright, so coming out of that one, we definitely did make some errors right there. That team was a lot more tankier than I expected. We took some damage right there. First form cell specifically took some damage right there, right? I think instead of going for the Great Saiyan 1 and 2, we should have just went for the Broly and Chi-Light assists, because they were so much squishier than Great Saiyan 1 and 2 or the Vegeta right here, right? Because we weren't able to entirely finish the kill, so when turn 3 came around, he was a little bit below, I think he was below, like, he was like 25% HP. Piccolo super attacked him, right? And ideally, we wanted to super attack this guy. If we would have went for Broly and Chi-Light first, we would have got the Vegeta with the super attack from Legends Limited Piccolo, and things would have went a lot smoother. All right, but next we have our 20th win streak bonus. We're almost there, boys and girls, right? So this is going to be a Saiyans fight, another fight that we see a lot within all seasons, right? So this shouldn't be too bad. All right, so this is what we're going to be running right here. I have confidence in this setup right here, especially because Fat Boo is going to be getting his super attack off, guaranteed. All right, so first unit I'm going to get out of the way here is this red Goku, and then we'll go for Dynamic Goku. I'm not too sure, because, I mean, you could choose either Dynamic Goku or the Vegito Blue. I think Vegito Blue is definitely going to be higher priority, right, just because he can have the potential to attack twice in one turn. But I feel like Dynamic Goku is going to be a little bit squishier, a little bit easier to get through. And then after him, we'll go for Future Gohan, and then the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Goku Black, and then Vegito Blue at the very end. Yeah, we should have went for Vegito Blue first. I'm going to be real honest. I would keep everything the same, just attack Vegito Blue first, right? And then have Namek Goku, the one that you attack at the end right there. Vegito Blue activated that stupid ability where he attacks twice in one turn, 2 times, right? So he got 4 hits off. He got a total of 4 hits off right there. Or, well, not a total, right? But there's 2 turns where he attacked twice. So it was just pretty annoying overall, not gonna lie. But other than that, we're still doing all right. All right, so next we have another 5-fist stage right here, but it's a mix. You got some female warriors in here, regeneration, some GT. There shouldn't be nothing much to worry about here at all. You just got to really take out the support. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and rock it like this. I do swap the 21 up here just because I want her on the blast-based tile. Janemba is a strike-based unit, so we're going to go ahead and just do it like this. We also are going to be saving this cell. He is very close to his own super attack right here. He can be used at a later date. All right, so for attack order, I do, like I said before, I want to get support out of the way as soon as possible, right? We'll go for blue 21. The purple Chi-Chi EX, and then we'll get this guy out of the way, the baby, because he also has support capabilities. Then we'll get this 21, and then we'll get the EX Fat Boo, and then Sin, or actually, should we get Sin Shin on first? Yeah, Sin Shin on first, and then Fat Boo at the very end. Alright, so you guys shouldn't really have any difficulties with this fight at all, no matter what kind of like attack order you guys do participate in. Honestly though, Butex is kind of taking some damage right here. I don't know if I like that or not. 1.9 million damage right there. I mean, 1.9 million points right there. Not bad at all. Let's move on to the next. So next is another 4-fist stage right here, right? And look at it. Once again, we're being spoon-fed these points. This is a very easy fight as well. All right, this is the formation we'll be using right here, just swapping up so slightly, right? So Boo-Tanks will be right here, getting that special move tile, increasing his blue card damage and stuff like that. And then the rest is kind of just like a color counter somewhat. All right, so surprising, we're actually going to go ahead and switch it up a little bit right here. Right, we are going to put the blue 21 on bench, and I know that sounds crazy, especially given the synergy that she does provide with the free-to-play red 21, right? But we're going to do it like this just because there's 2 greens on the opposing side, and they're 2 greens that we need to get rid of as soon as possible because they both can inflict us with can attack. So we're going to take advantage of Fat Boo healing both my Boo Tanks and my LF Piccolo, and we're going to take advantage of 21 actually being able to buff the top left and right diagonal right here, right? She's going to be giving a let me see real quick. She does give them 10% to damage inflicted. Right, it's not a whole lot, but it's still something. Right, so first unit that we have to get out of the way here is this green 21, right? Because she can hit us with the solar flare at the beginning of turn 2. And then we have to get Mai out of the way as well because she can hit us with the flashbang at the end of turn 2, right? And then we'll go for the support 21, we'll get the purple 21, and then we can go ahead and just get these 2 units out of the way right here in that order. Alright, so that actually worked out perfectly for us, guys. It worked out really well right here, right? You see everyone's still at decent amount of HP right here. 1.8 million off of that. Got the full kill. 10 out of 10 would recommend again. Alright, next we have another 5-5 stage, though, right ahead of us. It is going to be in the form of this fight right here. You guys are... Honestly, I forgot how we usually do this fight right here, right? Because we did switch it up. But overall, this fight is going to be immaculately easy. So this actually works out perfectly for us when it comes to the formation right here, right? Because Janemba's at 100% to his gauge. Let's go, dude. He's at 100% to his gauge. We're going to be able to kill Beerus, right? I do have him on the special move tile right here as well. He's going to be getting some buffs from the blue 21. We can kill Beerus before he inflicts with the can attack. Alright, so for attack order, I'm going to go Beerus first, right? Beerus and then Gohan. We should be able to take those out in the same turn right here. And then I know it's going to kind of swap back over to our blues because we are running the double blue. So we might as well take out Whis, right? And then we'll take out this Piccolo, Bulma, and then the Shaolin right there. Piccolo being in the 4th slot, I'm hoping that I hope Piccolo gets bodied by my Piccolo. Alright, yeah, that was an extremely easy fight. Extremely easy. We'll 100% take that. 2 million points off of that too? Gimme! Let's go! And we got the full kill, of course. We went through some super attacks and stuff like that, but we also gained some of them, right? We have the free-to-play 21, the Zenkai 21, right? She's at 100% to her gauge. Alright, so the next set that we are taking on, I think in the guide, I actually said this fight right here, which is fine. This fight's going to be not difficult. There's not like a lot of cover changes right here. Vegeta Blue only having the cover change. But this Trunks is pretty tanky. I'm not gonna lie, that Trunks is pretty tanky. Don't really want to deal with him. If we go to this fight right here, there's a lot of stuff going on, but we have like a full color counter almost, right? Because we can bring in 2 greens, we can bring in 2 blues, we can bring in 2 reds, right? We can have a complete color counter right here. But this Broly has a strike cover change. This Gogeta has a cover change against strikes, right? Or, well, he just uses his green card if you use it on himself. And then this red Frieza right here can inflict you with can attack on the very first turn. But the saving grace about this is that most of our units are blast based. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go for this one. Alright, so this is what our formation is going to be looking like. This way that Boo Tanks can still get the special move tile, enhancing his blue card damage. And we're not only getting all the support from the Zenkai 21, right here in the middle, how she's supporting all 4 of those tiles, including her own. We're also getting the support from this free-to-play red 21, right? You see her actually buffing up Omega Shenron and the green cell. This actually looks pretty solid. Alright, so for attack order, I have a small belief that we can take out both of these reds on the very first turn, right? Because my blue 21 is at 97% to her special move gauge. She's going to be able to get that, right? I want to say we can go ahead and do this and this, right? Because Boo Tanks is going to super attack right after her. If we can get both of those units out of the way, we're going to be eating good, right? Extremely good, right? The only hindrance that's going to be here is who Frieza inflicts with can attack. That's really going to determine what happens right here for the rest of the fight. And then after those 2 get out of the way, I think we can go ahead and get this man, right? And then we'll work on this Broly so we can get his strike cover change out of the way. Then we'll get this Frieza and then this yellow Broly at the very end. Let's try this out. Alright, so everything worked out perfectly right there, guys. We were able to get the 2 reds right off rip. Another 2 million points secured for us. That's huge. Absolutely massive. Already sitting at 41 million points. That's a big deal for us. Right, we don't really break into the 40 million area until after the final fight, right? And so speaking of final fights, we are going to be heading straight above us once again for a Boo Tanks fight. Dude, you guys know how easy this fight is, and you guys know I planned this to be our last fight, right? Because that's how I really guide our paths right here, is I look at the 5 stages, right? The fifth fight, the 10th fight, 15th, 20th, and the 25th. That's how I lay out my path right here, depending on those specific fights. This is going to be very easy for us. Alright, so this is the formation we're going to be using right here. A little bit wonky, a little bit different, right? I do have Boo Tanks on the special move tile to upgrade his special move damage. I do have both of my reds on bench, right? Because there's multiple blues on the opposing team. Don't necessarily need to bring them in. I definitely don't want to take damage that isn't necessary at all, right? And then you know, we're going to do something a little bit cheeky, right? And I've done this before and it has worked before, so let's see if it works again. All right, so for attack order, I'm really hoping that my blue 21, my first form Cell, and purple Janemba can take out Boo Tanks before we super attack with our own Boo Tanks, right? Because if so, then our Boo Tanks can super attack Videl, one-shot her, and then we can start working on this guy right here, right? We can start working on this guy and then get Gohan, get this other purple Goku, and then Majin Vegeta at the very end. Let's see how this goes. Alrighty guys, that was the definition of a perfect run right there. Look at the points, 5.2 million off of that baby. Look at that, and everything did go according to plan. We were actually able to two-card this Boo Tanks right here, right? Literally the power of first form Cell and blue 21 was enough alone. Right, so Janemba and Boo Tanks handled Videl, and then we're easily able to just get through the rest. I would definitely recommend taking that attack order once again. So let's go ahead and see where we lie in terms of points before we hop on out of here. We got a substantial amount, right? I think that's the best we've done in a while right there. 46 million. 46.3 million. Let's go ahead and see how we rank compared to others on the leaderboard. So the current rank 1 is at 46.9 million. Literally, we're still, like, we're right there, right? Not necessarily right there, of course. Don't get me wrong, but we're very close, right? That's a lot closer than we usually are, right? Because we're both at 46 million. He just has 46.9 million, while I have 46.3 million. What was he running? Sun Family. Yep, of course it was Sun Family. Yeah, I don't think any team can beat Sun Family, truthfully. Honestly, not at this point in time. What about number 2? Number 2 is also Sun Family. What about number 3? Bob also rocking the Sun Family, but with Tapion. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Let me know if you guys are running Sun Family with Tapion. That actually looks pretty solid, too. All right, so our ranking, though. Our ranking at 1,333. Will 100% take that, dude. This team. Regeneration is just taking us so far every single time. We have absolutely guaranteed our juicy 1000 CC, and as per usual, if you guys enjoy the content, make sure you guys go ahead and leave a like, maybe even consider hitting that subscribe button, and make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Did you guys rank higher than me? Did you guys rank lower to me? Did you find the season easier? Did you find the season hard? I personally think it was a lot easier this time around, if I'm being quite honest with you guys. I really think it was quite easier. I really like the fact that they're putting a lot more of these units in Z tier, right? Because I don't like when they gatekeep like these really good TOP units and they lock them behind S tier. They lock them around like below the lower tiers and stuff like that, right? Because you're just limiting the amount of people that can actually get the 1000 CC. So this is a lot better what they're doing right now. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later!